It's like literally past midnight. I'm wearing pajamas. I'm not gonna change. I'm not gonna pretend like it's daytime. I'm gonna just. Honestly, this is probably not gonna be the best video because I actually forgot like half of what I was gonna say. But I just remember like this gist of it. It was would probably be better as a skit. Maybe I'll just use this as like a template. And like you're not supposed to save drafts, but basically I was just thinking, I don't remember how it began, but it was like thinking about how I don't remember that part, but I remember thinking like how women elude. Oh, okay. So like the fact that like things are much more on the internet now is like really difficult to just like elude something, because kind of going along with like what I was talking about, the whole like if you're not willing to like be your own crew, like, and your setup looks bad, then you look bad. Where in like real life, if you just like look nice, if you just present yourself nice, then people see it, and then you could just be, and you can like, if you like, instead of flirting with the camera, you flirt with the person, and you get the direct results instead of like all this miscommunication from like, oh, if I and this happens in real life too, but it's like way easier to like, you look at this person, you react this way, you look at this person, you react this way, versus here's a lens that, I'm sorry if this is coming off like very very like way too like Aquarius of me to be just like thinking about this, but like this is how I think about it in just like a production kind of way, where there's like a flaw in my production, which I'm trying to figure out, and I think most people are trying to figure out this sort of societal um, shift to like being on the internet, because it's like I've been hearing more and more and more about like women not wanting to be like marketed to in a sexual manner. But what if like you like doing that, but you wouldn't do that to somebody who it would make uncomfortable, but you still want to talk to those people, And then I hear like bops who are like apologizing for literally just showing that side of themselves, which they are like building their whole career based off of, and then like, I'm so sorry, this might actually just be very genuine to them, but to my foresight, it seems like they're overcompensating and then being like super weird, or maybe they just, that's their comfort level. For me, it's like I wouldn't talk about like fart jokes and stuff to like relate to people. I don't know, but um, that's very far from what I was gonna say. um, I had a lot to say, I guess. The whole skit was basically just thinking about like the timeline of like being with a person, like when you just like see somebody, like you see each other. I have oil in my hair, so that's like why I'm gonna wash it in the morning, in pajamas and blah blah blah, the stuff. And I was just thinking about like how we've gone from like, as women, just like alluding, to now having to like find a way to do that online, or else have to go outside of yourself, which is like inauthentic, gross. I just don't like it. And I guess that's actually how you just like do this. You like talk about what you really care about, and then it shows, and then that's kind of the same thing, I guess, in its own way. But then I was thinking about, okay, like in a modern, healed, overly jealous society, like there are levels to how to checkpoint a guy. Like if you're like 3 months in, you're like, this is your boyfriend, your actual boyfriend, and you're like 3 months in and you see them like looking at another girl's ass, you break up with them. If it's if it's like a year in, it's like I saw that, and then they have like, obviously if they're worth keeping, then they'll be like, oh baby, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that's where I was looking. You know, something like that. They apologize in a way that feels genuine to the thing and trying to downplay the action. If they, like, I know this might sound a little bit backwards, but if they're just flat out like, I'm so sorry, it was just so pretty, like, they have to downplay. They have to make some kind of like, because it is a human thing, and if you guys can like find common ground, like, yeah, well, she had like this really cool outfit on, or it was like a really great ass, like, okay, a pass, but not like a pass to do it, just like okay, this time, never again. That's like a year in, right? And it's a conversation. It can be a small conversation, but that's a conversation. Then there's having been together for like 3 years plus. 3 years plus, and you guys are like talking about marriage. You guys are like, you're gonna get married. You are in love, and you see that. And then you, at that point, is this gorgeous moment where you can just, would you like to keep your balls? That's the peak of existence.